Now, live from Las Vegas, this is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Chaos at T-Mobile Arena, the smackdown outside the Octagon. Judge Brett Kavanaugh is sworn in as the 9th Supreme Court Justice, the latest on protests around the country, right here at home. Plus, honoring those who make a difference in the local LGBTQ community. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George.
I'm 13 First Alert meteorologist Justin Bruce. And Tom, what a weekend for me to be filling in for meteorologist Dan Bronis. You know, we've had temperatures near 100 like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then you show up and it's freezing.
Exactly.
So blame Justin.
Exactly. It's appropriate. Even though our temperatures are only in the low 60s, it feels extra chilly because there's a breeze from the north. And that's the theme through this Sunday, a north wind keeping temperatures actually well below average. We're not going to warm up out of the 60s until about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock today. Here's your 13-hour forecast. Low 70s, maybe mid 70s in one or two spots this afternoon. More clouds than sun this morning. As we slide into the afternoon, the chance of a passing shower. And then as we make it into your Sunday evening, drier conditions return. Dark and early, looks like a little hint of daylight off to the east. Looks really dark because there are clouds over our heads. 59 right now in Summerlin. Official sunrise not until 6:41 this morning. Highs today around 74 degrees in Las Vegas. We probably will not get out of the upper 60s over in Summerlin. Highs tomorrow in the mid 70s. We'll talk about the hour by hour rain chance because, Tom, if you're doing anything from about lunchtime through dinner time, a passing shower will be possible.
All right, thanks, Justin. Well, it was chaos at T-Mobile Arena. Khabib defeats Conor McGregor during UFC 229 by submission last night, but it was the fight outside the Octagon that everyone's been talking about. Check this out. Khabib jumps out of the Octagon and then attacks a member of McGregor's team. That's when a member of Khabib's team jumps into the Octagon and attacks McGregor. McGregor is shocked and doesn't fight back. McGregor seems to be all right and is escorted out of the arena. Eventually, Khabib returns to the Octagon, and UFC President Dana White tells him he won't give him his belt in the Octagon because he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt. Police then escort Khabib out of the arena while fans were throwing things at him as he leaves. Well, after weeks of debate, Brett Kavanaugh has been sworn in as the 9th Supreme Court Justice. That controversial vote coming as demonstrators gathered outside the Supreme Court and at the Capitol. Natasha Chen has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Grassley.
In a high-stakes Saturday vote, the Senate confirmed Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court.
On this vote, the ayes are 50, the nays are 48.
The voting was interrupted at times by multiple protesters. Hours later, Kavanaugh was sworn in as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell touted a victory in a fiery confirmation battle fueled by allegations of sexual assault from Christine Blasey Ford, accusations Kavanaugh denies.
It's a good day for America and an important day for the Senate.
President Trump applauded the vote in Topeka, Kansas for a Saturday night rally.
Just a few hours ago, the U.S. Senate confirmed Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the United States Supreme Court.
After a bruising battle, some lawmakers shared concerns about the message the confirmation sends to sexual assault victims.
This body has had a test, and we are failing that test.
Hundreds of demonstrators for and against Kavanaugh made their voices heard in the nation's capital. One of the largest crowds gathered in front of the steps of the Supreme Court as Kavanaugh was sworn in.
And the reaction to Kavanaugh's confirmation also strong right here at home. Yesterday, dozens right here in the Valley gathered to protest. The demonstrators criticized the GOP for, quote, rushing Kavanaugh's confirmation and Senator Dean Heller for, quote, dismissing Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's allegations. One of those speakers, Sully Park, is a survivor of sexual assault.
As a woman in this country, I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I could get justice for my sexual assault if I wanted to.
They're promised they may not be heard right now, but come November, their votes will speak for itself. And Nevada Senators Dean Heller and Catherine Cortez Masto issuing two very different statements after Kavanaugh's confirmation. Senator Heller says, quote, his legal career combined with his educational credentials make him an exceptionally qualified nominee, and that is why I voted to confirm Judge Brett Kavanaugh. And Senator Catherine Cortez Masto says, quote, I have no confidence that Judge Brett Kavanaugh will approach cases with the impartiality and restraint required of a Supreme Court justice. And of course, all this comes as the start of early voting for the midterm elections is now less than 2 weeks away. And if you're still not registered to vote, your time is running out. Remember, you have until Tuesday to register by mail or in person by October 16th. And you can also register online by October 18th. It takes just a few minutes, and if we actually have a link if you need it. It's on our website, ktnv.com/links. And don't forget, Uber and Lyft can help you find your polling place on Election Day. You'll still have to pay, but it's a good option for those without vehicles. Estimates show roughly 15 million people didn't vote in the 2016 presidential election because they didn't have transportation. Both companies hoping this will get even more people out to vote. Well, a driver is lucky to be alive this morning. Take a look at these photos posted by Las Vegas Metro's traffic unit on Facebook. Police say the suspect, that driver, was impaired and walked away with only minor injuries after they failed to see a stopped tractor trailer. This happened near Tropicana and Rainbow. Well, a popular festival canceled due to the weather. The Rise Lantern Festival is an event where thousands of people release lit lanterns into the night sky near Jean. Organizers said in a statement posted to their Facebook page that lightning and stormy weather in the area forced them to cancel last night's launch. Many attendees went to social media expressing anger over that cancellation, even claiming that they will not get a refund. Now, the Rise Festival sent 13 Action News a statement addressing those concerns, saying, quote, "Only those who purchased inclement weather insurance will be entitled to a refund. Buyers had the option to purchase this insurance when they were purchasing their tickets at checkout. We will be processing refunds in the coming weeks." Well, the 25th annual honorarium held last night, all for a good cause. It benefits the Gay and Lesbian Community Center of Southern Nevada. 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter was there.
Inside Red Rock Hotel and Casino Saturday, the center, Nevada's largest LGBTQ organization, honoring those who paved the way and give back to those right here in Las Vegas.
Our goal here is to make sure that our doors stay open and that we'll always be that welcoming home for the LGBT community.
The night kicked off with this silent auction benefiting the center. Then over 500 attendees gathered inside the Summerlin Ballroom for food, drinks, and a ceremony, recognizing those making strides in the local LGBTQ community. Those including Jake Ralston receiving the Visibility Award, taking the stage to say it's okay to be who you are.
It's all about pride. You have to be proud of who you are. You have to be proud of where you come from, the community that you're a part of.
Others honored, including Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons, accepting the Allies of the Year award on behalf of the band. And moving forward, the center hopes they can do what they have done for decades, continuing to serve as a beacon of light to the community.
I want them to walk away with a sense of being proud that the center is here, a sense of accomplishment that they've been a part of something bigger, and a sense of family that they're with us moving forward.
And the honorarium is the center's largest fundraiser that happens throughout the entire year. Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
Well, Clark County School District has 45 magnet programs, so students and parents spent yesterday at a fair to learn all about them at Spring Valley High School. The district's award-winning programs offer opportunities related to various themes. They can also aim to improve student achievement, diversity, and career opportunities.
Program offerings at individual schools. You can learn about entrance requirements, which happen at the high school level. You can learn about the location of the schools, transportation to and from the schools. You can learn about the application process and any additional events that we're having to promote magnet schools throughout the year.
And CCSD will host another magnet program event on Saturday, November 3rd. The application for magnet programs is online. The deadline to apply is January 2019. Well, the Golden Knights taking down the Minnesota Wild in overtime, the final score 2-1. And exciting news for many fans here in the Valley, AT&T Sportsnet is now available on Dish right here in Las Vegas. Dish users can now watch all the regular season Golden Knights games and pre- and post-game and other programming. And speaking of the Knights, the DMV has released brand new license plates. You can get it, one of these Knights plates online or in person. You can swap this plate for your existing one for $43, including the registration transfer fee. Personalized plates cost $72. Pretty cool. Well, good morning, everyone. Coming up, a pint-sized spin-off that's sure to make a big splash. We've got a preview of Dancing with the Stars Juniors and the kids taking the stage.
Waking up to some cloud cover on this Sunday morning. Things are dry now. There are one or two sprinkles up the freeway toward Moapa Looks like things would stay mainly dry through your Sunday morning, but lunchtime into the afternoon, the threat of showers returns. We'll see how long that rain chance will last, and we'll talk about how long this chilly forecast is going to last next with the 7-day plan.
Well, hundreds of hot air balloons are taking to the skies right now. This is a live look at Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yesterday was the start of the 2018 International Balloon Fiesta. People from 16 different countries are participating. There's also plenty of food and a beer garden for earthbound observers. The festival runs through the 14th. It's super cool to see there. And Albuquerque is such a really cool
I've
city.
never been.
Really?
I've never been. I feel like I have one or two friends who have made the trip because
Yeah.
I've seen a few of these balloon festival pictures on like Facebook.
Yeah.
But I did go last year to the Hot Air Balloon Festival in Pahrump, just across the mountain.
I didn't know they had one.
It's a little smaller than the Albuquerque one.
Yeah.
But it was really, really fun. We even got to walk inside of a hot air balloon that was
cool.
like down on the ground. So it was really neat. Have you ever been in one?
I've never been in one. I don't know if I'd want to, though.
I don't know. We do enough stories where it's like
where they land in weird places,
grazing over neighborhood rooftops.
Exactly. No.
It sounds fun though. I need to get up there
For sure.
We should do a Sunday morning broadcast from a hot air
Yeah.
balloon, Tom.
That's
That's an
a
idea,
good idea.
that is going to get shut down by our bosses really,
exactly,
really quick.
right.
Let's talk about the forecast. We are discussing temperatures in the low 60s this morning, and we've got some wind, and that sort of adds insult to injury. Not only is it chilly, it feels extra chilly because of the north breeze at 12 miles per hour right now at McCarran, and our 13-hour wind forecast is, hey, over the course of the morning toward midday, we'll have some steady winds at 20 miles per hour. Gusts could hit 30 miles per hour before lunchtime today. So off to church, off to brunch, just having a cup of coffee and a sweatshirt outside on the patio. A little breezy over the next, well, really several hours, even into the afternoon, still breezy. Monday looks a bit breezy. The winds die down just a touch on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, some more breezes kicking, but we'll be warming up by the middle of the week. Here are a couple of sprinkles up to the northeast of the valley. Wow, looks like there might even be, with these low clouds over the Sheep Range, one or two wet snowflakes. The highest elevation of the Sheep Range is up about 9,000 feet. So that makes sense. We do have some chilly air aloft, and that chilly air aloft is going to generate a couple of isolated showers as we head toward lunchtime. Here we are at noon. You see a little bit of green nosing in from the north. Any showers would be drifting from north to south. As we head from noon through the afternoon, can't rule out one or two passing showers. Now over toward Albuquerque, even into parts of Arizona, Utah, and especially Colorado, they'll have some showers and thunderstorms today. Tomorrow, this storm system continues to pull away from us, so we're back in more sunshine on both Monday as well as Tuesday, and that'll feed a slow warming trend as this cold upper level low swings out of southern Nevada and heads into the central Rockies over the next couple of days. But it's right on top of us today, and that's why our temperatures are only going to peak around 74 this afternoon. The average high today is 85. We're 11 degrees colder than average. We'll keep it much chillier than normal into Monday and Tuesday, but by Wednesday we're back close to 80 degrees. A little bit of daylight looking off to the east, but look at all these clouds. There might be a rogue sprinkle out there as you're driving around on our Sunday morning, but it looks like it would be later into the afternoon before more legitimate showers could get going. Pollen levels with this cool breezy pattern should be dropping the next few days. Temperatures, they'll also be dropping. Tom, plan on mornings in the 50s on Monday and Tuesday. Chilly stuff. We are back near 80 Wednesday through next weekend.
Too cold for me. Thanks, Justin. Well, Las Vegas is really becoming a sports town with the success of the Knights and now the impending arrival of the Raiders. Many experts predict that soon we'll actually have a Super Bowl here as well. Well, that may sound like a good thing, but some local experts tell the Las Vegas Review-Journal quite the opposite. The main reason is the time of year the Super Bowl happens. Las Vegas is already overflowing with tourists in February, many coming here for large conventions. Some experts say this could make the city lose out on one of the bigger shows or make room prices skyrocket the month before. Now, if we were to have a Super Bowl here, many experts predict it could happen as soon as 2023. Well, it's the pint-sized spin-off of ABC's hit ballroom show. Dancing with the Stars Juniors premieres tonight, pairing the blossoming talents of 12 celebrity kids with pro junior ballroom dancers. ABC's Natalie Brunell is in Hollywood with a preview.
It's a fresh take on the primetime dance sensation.
It's the strangest feeling.
Dancing with the Stars Juniors lights up the ballroom with 12 celebrity kids and their adorable young dance pros.
I was like, whoa, this is a lot of choreography. You did great, Jason.
The pint-sized pairs looking to the veterans as mentors.
They've been coming to our rehearsals, and they've been...
Lindsay Arnold's little sister is among the junior pros.
Why do you think it's going to be a great addition having juniors performing this year?
Oh, I think that I'm shocked that it's taken this long to do it. I mean, kids are literally the best. 1, 2, 3.
I loved having my sister as a mentor because she just helped us through everything.
And they had such a good chemistry.
Yeah.
She and the other tiny dancers are giving the mentors a run for their money.
The pros are like mini them. It's so amazing.
I already have my
to watch.
replacement.
Former competitors Jordan Fisher and Frankie Muniz were tapped to MC.
I think the audience is going to love just getting to know them and see them, and every week is different and seeing their progression.
And the kids will be judged by Emmy-winning choreographer Mandy Moore, last season's champion Adam Rippon, and longtime pro Val Shmerkovsky.
You know what it's like to be judged, especially by those three characters. Did that inform the way that you sort of critiqued the kids?
Yeah, my biggest thing was not to patronize.
These juniors showing us that larger-than-life performances can come in small packages, and teaching us all how to dream a little bigger. Natalie Brunell, ABC News, Hollywood.
Well, straight ahead, get ready for a double scoop of dirty dining, the major cockroach infestation we found at a local ice cream shop. You're watching Good Morning Las Vegas. We'll be right back on this Sunday morning. Stay with us. Well, if looking at roaches creeps you out, you might want to brace yourself. There are so many in this week's Dirty Dining that health inspectors called the infestation excessive. And as Chief Investigator Darcy Spears reports, it's at a place you'd probably take your kids.
The anticipation of a sweet treat stands in stark contrast to these images captured by health inspectors at Scoops on September 17th.
Yeah, we're here because you guys are on Dirty Dining this week for when the health district shut you down for a cockroach infestation, and we just need to speak to the person in charge and get your side of that story.
She tells us she needs to call her boss.
She's here to do a segment for Dirty Dining, and she needs to speak to you.
The health district visited this thrifty ice cream parlor on Boulder Highway in Nellis after a customer complained about several roaches crawling around. Inspectors found way more than several.
A colony of German roaches that bombarded the whole building. Are you saying it was more than just this store?
Scoops had just gotten a zero demerit A grade a month earlier on August 17th. The owner blamed the infestation on a neighbor's construction.
The restaurant next door had a kitchen remodel. Okay.
But here at Scoops, inspectors found multi-generational roaches under the ice cream freezers, crawling on the walls, inside cabinets, and under the counter ledge near the cash register. There were cockroach droppings on walls and excessive dead roaches on floors throughout the facility, which the owner says shows their pest control was working.
As long as they were dead, it was better than alive.
She said they'd had pest control service 3 days earlier, but had to do more to deal with the type of roaches inspectors found.
There's a special chemical that German roaches are susceptible to.
In addition to pest control, Scoops had a lot of cleaning to do. Sides of freezers, walls, and cabinet interiors were dirty with dried ice cream residue, and base coving was in severe disrepair, providing a nesting spot for the roaches.
48 solid hours of work to make sure that you got every little hole.
Scoops was back to a zero demerit A on September 20th. We had 2 other imminent health hazard closures on September 18th. Both were shut down for operating without potable water, and both are on Maryland Parkway near Twain. One was Little Caesars Pizza, which reopened the next day with a zero demerit A. The manager there said they had no comment about the closure. The other place was Dirty Dining repeat offender Sol Tapatio, where inspectors also saw a food handler using bare hands to put cheese on ready-to-eat burritos and raw beef thawing at room temperature.
Sol Tapatio also reopened the next day with a zero demerit A. We left a message there, but our call for comment was not returned. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
Good morning, Las Vegas. Still ahead this morning, a comedian who frequently visits Las Vegas has been arrested. What police say Cat Williams did to his driver in Portland. And for all you foodies out there, it's not too late to indulge on a great festival this weekend. We'll be right back.
Now, live from Las Vegas, this is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
A week after a devastating quake, Indonesia works to recover and bring peace to its people. The way your home is designed could be a fire hazard. Contact 13 investigating the mishaps of open floor plans. Plus, a new game hitting the casino floors, perhaps the fastest table game around. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George. We'll want to head on over to 13 First Alert meteorologist Justin Bruce filling in for Dan again today.
Tom, good morning to you. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. What a difference weather-wise. We only had highs around 77 yesterday afternoon. We'll be 3 degrees colder than that this afternoon, and we're waking up to a decent amount of cloud cover around the valley. We'll be in and out of a mostly cloudy sky, I think, for the rest of the weekend. That's going to keep a lid on our temperatures. Low to mid 60s from 7 to 8 to 9 o'clock this morning. We won't get out of the 60s until right around lunchtime. We'll spend the afternoon in the low to mid 70s. Temperatures outside right now about 7 degrees cooler than it was 24 hours ago. That gives us numbers in the upper 50s and low 60s. It feels even chillier because we've got developing breezes out of the north right now, 12 miles per hour at the airport. Highs today around 74. I think temperatures tomorrow will still be stuck in the mid 70s. Now I am watching up to the northeast of us, a couple of sprinkles that continue to fall apart, but it does look like later today we'll have to time out the chance of a couple of showers. Yeah, Tom, we could see a little more rain before the weekend is finished. We'll look at the hour by hour wet weather chances next.
All right, thanks, Justin. Well, search and rescue efforts continue in Palu, Indonesia, as the death toll exceeds 1,700 following that deadly earthquake. Officials in the country say more than 2,500 people were injured and hundreds, maybe thousands, are still missing. Footage from Indonesia shows the ongoing efforts to clear out the ruins in search for more bodies. Well, Stormy Daniels has been touring the country performing and promoting her new book, Full Disclosure. Friday night, she was in California near Sacramento. She put on an appearance at an adult venue called Gold Club Centerfolds. Daniels also did a book signing and a meet and greet.
I mean, our president is kind of going around that him and Stormy were together. I feel like it's part of being a patriotic American to be here.
No cameras were allowed inside during that event. Well, comedian Cat Williams has been arrested in Portland on an assault charge. According to TMZ, police say Williams is accused of assaulting the driver of a town car after they got into an argument about Williams and his taking his dog to a performance Friday night. Williams reportedly fled the scene but was taken into custody Friday. Williams performs regularly right here in Las Vegas. Well, it isn't every day that you get a new game added to Nevada casinos, but that's exactly what's happening with Super Easy Aces. It premiered this week in Primm. 13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan gives us a look.
It's a combination of craps, roulette, and war.
Paul Harry is describing Super Easy Aces, the new card game he invented after leaving the casino business after 40 years.
As I was nearing my retirement, I was kind of considering what I was going to do, and all of a sudden, this idea sort of came to me.
That idea was for a single card game with just aces, twos, threes, and fours in a 54-card deck that includes 2 jokers. The goal is to predict which card you will be dealt, with payouts ranging from even money on the aces or 25 to 1 on jokers.
I have the 3 of diamonds, so these 2 bets are going to lose. I'm going to win 5 to 1 here, plus I win an extra even money bet because I have it in diamonds.
The game gives players an extra chance to win if they place a bet on their card matching the dealer's card.
To win these bets, we just want one of our cards to match her card.
Harry spent 3 years getting the game ready for its test at the Primm Valley Resort.
Nevada is the holy grail. It has been the leader in gaming for as long as I can remember.
Those in charge of the games at the resort say the game is part of a continued effort for casinos to find games that can draw in new players.
I'm always looking for fun, new, exciting ways of getting people to sit down at my tables.
Whoa, all right, nice.
It's easy for our dealers to learn. It was easy for me to understand.
Harry says that was his goal as he crunched the numbers to make sure Super Easy Aces was casino ready.
It's time for people to have more of a choice.
There's only going to be one table set up on the floor at the Primm Valley Resort, but they also have a version set up on their website so you can test out your strategy before putting real money on the table. Brian Callahan, 13 Action News.
Pretty cool. Well, 22 years ago this weekend, Tiger Woods won his first PGA Tour at an event right here in Las Vegas. Clark County tweeting out these throwback photos from the then 20-year-old's victory at TPC Summerlin. Back then, the tournament was called the Las Vegas Invitational, and it's now known as the Shriners Open. Woods now has 80 victories. He's expected to return to Vegas this fall to play in a winner-take-all match against Phil Mickelson. That's happening Thanksgiving weekend at the Shadow Creek Golf Course. Well, a California mom's instincts kicked in immediately after discovering a home intruder. Brittany Morris held the burglar at gunpoint in her garage until police arrived. According to police, the 25-year-old man who snuck into their home was there for several hours. Surveillance footage shows he got into the house just after 6 in the morning, and he wasn't spotted until about 9. It was actually Morse's 7-year-old daughter who first noticed that man.
If he would have came in the house while me and my children were awake, I don't know what he would have done, but I wasn't going to sit there and find out.
Morse shuttled her children into one room, then grabbed the gun she bought just 2 weeks ago. She says she was surprised by what that man did and didn't take.
My purse was there. He went through my purse. He didn't take my credit cards. He didn't take the money I had in my purse. He took bananas.
Well, police showed up in 2 minutes. They say the man used the rear garage door to enter their home. Well, it's hands down the most popular trend in homes, open floor plans, wide spaces making your home feel bigger. 13 Action News exposing the facts about how fast fires can spread in these layouts. 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels explains why fires are moving so much faster than they used to.
It's all the rage, especially in new home construction. Open floor plans, which eliminate walls between living spaces, but the design feature coming with a potentially deadly drawback.
Fire requires obviously fuel and oxygen to build and grow. In a large open floor plan, typically you have more fuel and more oxygen, which allows the fire to accelerate faster.
Clark County Fire Department Battalion Chief Thomas Touchstone teaches new firefighters about fire behavior. According to Underwriters Laboratories, modern science shows fires move 7 times faster compared to 40 years ago, before open floor plans and furniture made of synthetic materials. Touchstone says homes with more walls seem to slow the spread of fire.
That wall will act as a heat shield and prevent the fire from spreading through conduction from one room to the next. But smoke is also fuel, and according to the U.S. Fire Administration, smoke actually kills more people than fire does.
According to the U.S. Fire Administration, more than 3,200 people died nationwide in fires in 2015, the most recent data year available.
We'll understand the conditions that occurred. So that's the important part here, that we have the measurements to go along with the phenomena, the resulting phenomena that we're seeing, so that we can develop some cause and effect relationships.
Underwriters Laboratories has studied so-called legacy construction versus contemporary open floor plans by setting rooms on fire. The modern room with furniture showed the room totally engulfed in flames in less than 4 minutes. Researchers conclude synthetic materials are the primary reason fires are moving faster, but note open floor plans help fires and deadly smoke to spread to other areas of the home, decreasing your time to escape from about 17 minutes in 1980 to less than 3 minutes today. The Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors tells 13 Action News, quote, open floor plans have become increasingly popular and prevalent in new homes here in Southern Nevada and nationwide for many years. We are not aware of any complaints from local homeowners or local fire departments about such designs posing increased safety risks. Firefighters say the fire threat means smoke detectors are absolutely necessary to make sure you get out alive. Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.
Well, Freed's Bakery has now expanded to Northwest Las Vegas. Its second location now open on North Decatur near the 215 Beltway. A grand opening celebration was held yesterday. There was a ceremonial ribbon cutting, raffle prizes, games, and of course, complimentary sweet treats. Freed's also celebrated their 59th anniversary during the grand opening bash. Well, if you missed out yesterday, today's your last chance to get to the Great American Foodie Fest. It's happening at Sunset Station Casino in Henderson. It's one of the largest food-centric festivals on the West Coast. More than 40,000 foodies attend the 4-day event. The festival includes some of the best specialty food vendors and gourmet trucks around. And again, today is your last day. Well, good morning, everyone. Coming up, Medicare and Social Security may not be able to pay debts. A look at what leaders think about solutions.
Time is 6:39 on our Sunday morning, waking up to a mostly cloudy sky. Other than a stray sprinkle, things are dry from now until about lunchtime. After midday, the chance of a couple of passing showers. They'll be drifting from north to south, the same direction as our chilly breeze. We'll see how long the rain chance lasts, and we'll time out when temperatures finally warm up back out of the 70s with that 7-day planner. I'm 13 First Alert meteorologist Justin Bruce. We are looking at a breezy Sunday. Temperatures will respond to that north wind by staying more than 10 degrees below average. It's not freezing outside right now. It's in the low 60s, but when you factor in a 12-mile-per-hour steady wind from the north, it feels pretty chilly, especially after what was such a long, hot summer. Highs in the 70s yesterday, highs in the low 70s today. I mean, it's a real shock to the system if you're outside. Our 13-hour wind forecast says those steady north winds, they're already out there at about 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning. By midday, steady winds at 20 miles per hour. That is definitely wind that you will notice the moment you step out the door. So grab a little jacket, grab a sweatshirt if you are going to be outside soaking up these cooler temperatures. You're going to have to deal with the breeze. Now, throughout the afternoon, there's actually a chance of a few showers. The breezes will still blow tonight and tomorrow morning at about 25 miles per hour. So a blustery start to the week on Monday morning. The winds will relent just a little bit on Tuesday, and then a different weather system will bring back some breezes by the middle of next week. But temperatures should be a little milder by the middle of next week. A lot of cloud cover out there. This is the kind of morning where you might sleep in a little longer than normal because it's dark outside on account of this deck of overcast conditions. We'll look for that mostly cloudy sky to last most of our Sunday. Temperatures down to the upper 50s at 7 o'clock this morning, mid 60s at 10 in the morning, only 70 degrees at 1 in the afternoon. It's just wild to think about afternoon temperatures having a tough time getting past 70 degrees when we had, 95 triple-digit days this summer in Las Vegas? Yeah, it feels like we've skipped over fall and almost slid into the early part of winter. We will keep those mostly cloudy conditions going this morning. There might be a rogue little sprinkle here or there between now and noontime, but the better chance of a couple of isolated showers. I don't think we're going to have any thunder showers today, but a couple of passing rain showers is with us through the afternoon, and in one or two spots, there may be briefly a little more organized downpour. So if you are doing anything outside in these cool temperatures from lunchtime through dinner time, don't be shocked if there's a quick passing shower. There are a few sprinkles up to the north, up around Nellis. We might look at a couple of sprinkles this morning, but it's the afternoon that brings those better rain chances. Back in the sunshine tomorrow, but breezes keep us in the 70s, Tom. Upper 70s Tuesday, and then low 80s return Wednesday through next week. And those numbers in the low 80s still a little below average.
All right, thanks, Justin. Well, a recent report finds Social Security won't be able to pay its debts starting in 2034. It's an important program for Americans, so Scripps reporter Corey Rangel is asking Democrats and Republicans for their thoughts and their proposed solutions.
Many people planning for retirement expect to get some help from Social Security, but with funds running out, lawmakers have looked at ways to try and save it. Republicans have proposed ideas.
You can cut benefits. You can raise the retirement age, which is a big thing for Social Security.
But Republicans admit both options are a tough sell.
Voters are going to tell you that they're not going to vote for you.
Democrats have pushed another option.
You can ask the wealthiest 1% of the country and the people who have making the greater earnings on a fair scale pay a little bit more.
However, President Donald Trump has repeatedly pledged not to touch Social Security, including on the campaign trail.
Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it. Get rid of the fraud, get rid of the waste and abuse, but save it.
And he's made the same promise as president, including just this month.
And I'm going to save your Social Security. We're not touching your Social Security. Do you remember when I ran?
But despite solutions suggested by both Republicans and Democrats, Social Security's problems remain unsolved.
I'm Corey Rangel.
Well, changing tables in women's restrooms are pretty common, but what about men's restrooms? An Instagram photo from a Florida father shows him squatting on the floor of a restaurant bathroom to change his baby's diaper. That photo recently went viral and is now sparking a serious conversation on behalf of dads around the U.S., the man in the photo calling it the Squat for Change movement.
Regardless of race, regardless of size, or regardless of financial status, you know, we are fathers at the end of the day, and we will do anything to protect and to nurture our babies.
Now, that father says he hopes to eventually see changing tables in all restrooms. Well, people will do just about anything for a selfie, even if it's dangerous. A new study says dangerous selfies killed 269 people all over the world between 2011 and 2017. While women take more selfies, more men have actually died while trying to take a picture. Most of the victims drowned. A lot of them were trying to search for a beautiful beach or maybe a waterfall shot. Others have died while trying to take photos in front of moving trains or cars. Researchers found that the people who died most often were in India, Russia, the U.S., and Pakistan. They say part of the reason India has such high numbers is because a lot of their population is under 30. India actually set up no selfie zones around the country to help combat the problem. Well, when Good Morning Las Vegas returns, going out to eat can be a challenge if you're one of the millions of people with food allergies, but one local chef is making it his mission to help kitchens around the country make changes so you're not afraid to dine out. But first, let's head to New York for a look at what's coming up on GMA.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, Brett Kavanaugh sworn into the Supreme Court yesterday. The protests piercing the Senate proceedings as the official votes rolled in, and how the president responded to the victory at his Kansas rally last night. Plus, the First Lady speaking out, Melania addressing the Kavanaugh controversy for the first time in a rare exchange with reporters, and her thoughts on her husband's tweets. And finally, the brawl that broke out after a major UFC fight between two infamous rivals, the drama that spilled outside the octagon. It is all coming up on GMA.
Welcome back. Well, if you or anyone in your family has food allergies, you know it can be a challenge, especially finding a safe place to go out and eat. But our next guest is hoping to change the game in kitchens around the country. We want to welcome Chef Keith Norman from South Point. Thanks for being here this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And this is something that you're really passionate about. I mean, this is something that, you know, a lot of us, if they have allergies, you know, you have to call ahead and make all these accommodations. But what kind of goes on behind the scenes in kitchens with that?
Well, what we're hoping is, so at South Point, we 2009 we started working on a program. We get a lot of guests who come in with allergens, so you have to have a plan in place to be able to, you know, take care of them. Reasonable accommodations. So starting off with the customer making us aware, and then from the server to the kitchen, just having those steps in place to make sure that we can safely serve them.
And we hear peanuts a lot. We hear, what are the most common that you guys have to deal with?
Well, we get them all. So peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, fish, dairy, eggs, and then wheat and soy. So we get a combination of them. But those are just the top 8. The 90% of most folks are allergic to the top 8. There's a dozen, you know, there's a lot of allergens. Citrus, we get a lot of citrus. Gluten is on the rise. We get onions, garlic. So there's a lot of allergens out there.
And you actually have a kind of a kit here that you guys usually do?
We do. So once the customer has made us aware, server is having a conversation with the chef, and then we prepare the meal using the allergen kit. So when you think about cross contact, meaning we use different utensils in the kitchen. So you have to have a safe means to prepare that meal.
And kind of pivoting, you know, you channeling all that expertise you have, you actually wrote a book on the topic.
I did. So from a chef's perspective, there's a lot of things I've done in the last 5 or 6 years that I've put into a book. So this, I think, is a roadmap for restaurants to be able to, you know, put safe procedures in place to make sure that they can accommodate our guests.
And you know, obviously a lot of the bigger properties like South Point already do that, but I mean, do you think maybe smaller restaurants could learn from this where maybe they're not as caught up?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, every operation is different, but I think if you just have a roadmap, and if you want to talk to me personally, we have my book signing October 16th at the South Point, so come out and we can have that one-on-one conversation.
Awesome. And just so people know, so that it's available on Amazon,
yes,
correct?
It's Amazon. It'll be in our gift shop soon, and then my book signing, I'll also have books available.
Okay, and then wrapping up real quick, again with the date and the time on the book signing?
October 16th. It'll be from 3:30 to 6:30 at the South Point Arena.
All right, certainly something a lot of people, whether they have allergies or restaurants, can really learn from.
Yes.
Kind of an important topic that is affects really a lot of people. So certainly, if you want to, come on out Tuesday, October 16th, 3:30 to 6:30. You can meet Chef Keith. He'll be there, and we will be right back after the break. Thanks for being with us.
With pleasure. With pleasure. Thank you.
So our temperatures as we wake up on this Sunday morning running in the 50s in Centennial Hills, Summerlin, Red Rock Canyon, Southern Highlands down to 55. Wow, look at you. 63 at McCarran right now. The winds from the north steady at about 20 miles per hour by lunchtime. That's a stiff north breeze, could gust to 30 miles per hour also after lunchtime. With the cloud cover today, 1 or 2 afternoon showers still part of our forecast equation. Looks like any of that isolated afternoon shower activity would fizzle as the sun sets, which is like 6:15, I think, this time of October. Speaking of the high temperature, 74, that's more reminiscent of what it would be like on Halloween as opposed to early October. So feeling like fall. 70s back on Monday and Tuesday. We'll be in the 50s the next couple of mornings, so the kiddos will need some jackets or some sweatshirts at the bus stop as we start the week.
Too cold for a desert rat like me, but if you're a fall pumpkin spice person, I guess enjoy it.
It's nice to have a change of pace.
Absolutely. We'll be back right here at 8 o'clock.